Dutch Mantel is back in the podcast game. I recently just covered Dutch doing an interview talking about a knife fight he saw at a Waffle House with the Macho Man Randy Savage. You can go back and check out that clip. I'll link it here if you're listening to it in the clips. Otherwise, just go check it out on the YouTube feed. And apparently, he's back in the podcast game. I thought it was like a one off with this Wrestling Shoot Interviews channel. But apparently he's doing like a weekly thing or he's got multiple episodes at least. And so I was perusing the YouTubes the other night and I came across Dutch Mantel talking about the gathering of the Juggalos. This was super interesting. Especially because I wrote a book about the gathering of the Juggalos, so I thought this would be a fun way to do a cheap plug and tie it into the podcast show. First, check out this clip.
Now they were bad at throwing things, but if the clowns, if they ask them not to do something, they'll kind of pay attention to the two clowns. But anybody else, they didn't care. See, the clowns are like misfits in real life. They're really misfits. But you put them all together and they fit. So, but for me, they all like wrestling and they were very, very nice to me. They were very nice to all the wrestlers, but they're fun to go to. I mean, you don't see any fights. Well, I didn't. You don't see any fights. You don't see anybody arguing. It's like all these misfits get together and they're all hugging each other and doing all this stuff. It's an odd festival to go to. And unless you know a little bit about the Juggalos history, you wouldn't understand it.
Yeah, The Gathering is fucking unreal. I did write a novel about it. It's called The Gathering, A Bold Journey into the Belly of the Juggalo Underworld. It's about a dude who was like a juggalo back in the day as a kid, grew out of it, got a life, and kind of hates juggalos and that kind of stuff now. And life falls apart for him and he ends up somehow getting sucked back into going to one last gathering with his group of his buddies. And a bunch of drug-induced debauchery ensues. That is a novel. It's available on Amazon if you're into physical paperback copies. It'll be on your Kindle if you do the e-readers. And if you're an audio listener, it is on Audible as well. So that'll save me the plug at the end of the show. Links are down in the description, so if you are interested, you can go check it out. It has a bunch of 5-star reviews, so it's good and shit. Promise you. But anyway, yeah, Dutch's depiction of the gathering was very, very good. It's exactly what it's like, and he nailed it perfectly, and something that struck me too is he's like, if you just didn't know what it was and you were dropped into the into the middle of the gathering, you would be horrified. You would think you were at hell on earth. So you really would. If you're just like some old hick fucker that just drives by this place and you see like a line of these freaks just getting ready to go into this gathering place, this festival, you're gonna cry. You're gonna call the cops. You're gonna think the apocalypse is coming. Like, it's scary. But if you know what it is, they're all just a bunch of chill fucking outcasts and freaks and weirdos having a good time for a few days. And they do lots and lots of wrestling there. They have it like every night that they have the show. It's like a 3-day festival, 4 days, something like that. They have wrestling every night. The Insane Clown Posse, huge wrestling fans, as you know, as they've been in WWF, WCW. They've been they run their own promotion, JCW, kind of once in a while. But every year they do the gathering, and they always bring in the big stars. And Dutch Mantel has been there probably a couple times, I imagine. Maybe just the once, I don't know. But it's always fun listening to Dutch talk too. I love Dutch Mantel. I'm so glad that he's doing more podcasts, because he was doing one. Oh, what was the name of the guy? The guy that does like the music and stuff for Something to Wrestle. he was doing a podcast with Dutch for a while too, and it was really good because Dutch is a great storyteller. He's one of the best storytellers. I'd sit under fucking Dutch Mantel's learning tree all day long. He's another one. If I was building a dream booking team, I would want Dutch Mantel on there all day long. Dutch is the shit. So I highly recommend just listening to anything that Dutch has to say in general. But this was a fun little clip. I didn't listen to the full podcast, so I don't know what else he talked about on the episode. But just talking about The Gathering kind of caught my eye because I got that book. So I thought it'd be a good little tie-in. And I will, if you're listening to the full podcast, I will save you the plug at the end of the show. And if you're only listening to the clip, gotcha. Go buy my book, bitch. Oh yeah, thanks for checking out the video, yeah. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like it if you liked it, yeah. And you can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on the channel. Oh yeah, dig it!